There is a war on fossil fuels in this country by this administration. It is one of our greatest assets that we have hundreds of years of coal, well over 100 years of oil, and probably a couple hundred years, and we don't even know yet how much gas we have. And the President does not look at that as an asset for our country. He looks at this as a problem that we have to get around and create alternative sources, because we can't be burning things that come out of the ground. And I just would add that I don't see it as a problem. I see it as the greatest assets and wealth that we have, not only to create the jobs of getting it out, but to create affordable energy to keep the standard of living in this country as high as possible. We always have to remind people, I do, that we went into a recession in 2008. People forget why. They thought it was a housing bubble. The housing bubble was caused because we had a dramatic spike in energy prices that caused the housing bubble to burst, because people had to pay so much money to air condition and heat their homes or pay for gasoline, so they couldn't pay their mortgage. And we put a plan together that is very big on energy production and growing the energy assets that we have in this country, particularly the energy assets that we have a competitive advantage. And I would say that doesn't mean that we need government-run programs to develop new sources of energy that aren't market-driven. I believe that we need to have an energy policy in this country that we eliminate all subsidies to energy, period. Make it a level playing field. Allow everybody to go out and consume, and have a regulatory environment that focuses in on reasonable environmental compliance, not driven by junk science, but driven by actual science where we're talking about real health effects, not ridiculously extrapolated health effects. And that we have safety policies, both workplace safety policies, that again are compliance-oriented, not intended to punish and make it too expensive to operate, whether they're mining or drilling facilities. We have an opportunity in this country, under a new president, to have a re-energizing of America and create an enormous amount of wealth and opportunity as a result of that, whether it's building the Keystone Pipeline, which would be day one an order I would sign, whether it's a creation of a new EPA that will go about the process of repealing not only the regulation I just talked about on clean air, but a whole host of regulations, either repealing them or repealing and replacing them with regulations that are reasonable and cost-effective. The Wall Street Journal described my plan as supply-side economics for the working man, because I do apply supply-side economic principles to the area of manufacturing and processing in order to make it competitive, create a playing field that can compete with China, that can compete with Mexico, not on labor costs, but on other costs. And if labor cost is the only differentiation, yes, we will lose those jobs that are high labor-intensive jobs, but we will keep most of the all of the good-paying jobs here in America. We have a country right now which is, frankly, uncompetitive with most of our trading partners, are certainly our biggest trading partners. And the reason it's uncompetitive is not because of the cost of labor. If you look at our top 9 trading partners and look at the exclude labor costs, we are 20% more expensive to do business in manufacturing-wise than our top trading partners. If we don't change that, we're going to continue to lose manufacturing jobs in this country. We're going to continue to have all of these high-tech products, which are being engineered and innovated here in America, manufactured somewhere else.